Good morning. Would you all please rise and direct your attention to the American flag on this stage for the singing of our national anthem. Performing the tribute for us today from the class of 2012 is Katrina Fisher.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and welcome everyone to the final commencement exercise for the class of 2012. My name is Molly Kepner, and I am the president for the class of 2012, and I will be serving as your master of ceremonies for today. 3 days ago, we filled our school auditorium to standing room only capacity to honor students selected to receive academic awards. On that evening, we also celebrated all of the seniors earning financial scholarships, the total figure adding up to just over $1.2 million. Today is a very special day for our graduates and their families, and a very special day for our fathers in the audience. Happy Father's Day to my dad and all the dads out there. I hope you enjoy this gift your children are providing you today. Many of you have traveled from very far away to be here in support of these students, and on behalf of the members of this class, I wish to say thank you for being here. For those of you serving in the military and unable to join us today, I extend you our gratitude for your service to our country. At this time, I would like to ask those members of the class of 2012 who will be entering military service to please stand and be honored. Thank you for your commitment. I would like to introduce to you specific members of the community who are here celebrating with us. To my immediate left, all of whom are members of the class of 2012, Valedictorian Sergey Balanovich, Salutatorian Ben Tran, Senior Class Vice President Tim Meads, Senior Class Treasurer Rebecca Wario, Senior Class Secretary Erin Lado, today's student speaker Debora De Lima, and our national anthem vocalist Katrina Fisher. Starting near center stage on my left, the mayor of the city of Nashua, Donna Lee Lozo, Board of Education Clerk Stephen Haas, Board of Education member Dr. David Moritaki. Board of Education member Kim Muse. Superintendent of Schools Mark Conrad. Assistant Principal Keith Richard. Assistant Principal Michael Harrington. Student Activities Director and Senior Class Advisor Beth Craik. And Principal David Ryan. Assisting today are Mrs. Susan Wilborg and Ms. Irene St. Germain. Joining the graduates on the floor are Assistant Principal Chris Motika, Assistant Principal Lisa McQueston, and Director of Guidance Maureen O'Day. Seated on the floor with our graduates are the teachers and guidance counselors from Nashua High School North. The music and singing being provided today is a result of the hard work of our band seated behind our graduates, under the direction of Kristen Olson. And in the audience with us today are members from our Board of Aldermen, Board of Education, and other public officers, some of whom are enjoying this occasion as parents and grandparents of graduates, as well as elected officials. Thank you all for being here. Lastly, seated on the floor before us all, I am proud to introduce to you from Nashua High School North, the graduating class of 2012.
Good morning. There we are. Thanks, Molly, for getting us off to such a fantastic start. I'm delighted to see so many people here today. And if the proverb, "a man is known by the company he keeps," is true, then our students truly have much to celebrate today, given the size of this crowd. Today, we are parents, friends, classmates, mentors, guides, teachers, and most appropriately, fathers, all here to show this incredible class of graduates how special they are to each of us. Nashua High School North is one of the best high schools in the state of New Hampshire. I am comfortable saying that because I know the students and the staff who make it one of the best high schools in the state of New Hampshire. We are lucky to be working together every day, a privilege that we don't take lightly, as our teachers and staff does whatever it takes to help each student shape their future. We are fortunate that you have entrusted your children with us to help them grow and develop into responsible, productive, and caring adults. And I wish to personally thank you for giving us this gift. As we work to serve our mission and live up to your expectations, we always remain on the lookout for ways to improve our student experiences. Lately, we have made an effort to turn up the volume of our student voices and provide more opportunities for students to lead the learning, as well as tell us what motivates them in their learning. This past semester, I spent a lot of time talking with students who have significant struggles related to their motivation for being in class or for being in school in general. Now, mind you, these aren't students who can't learn, because we believe that all students can learn. Rather, these are students who have chosen not to learn. In many cases, I listen to students tell me about their perception of the high school experience, particularly as it is related to their personal interests and their skill sets. There were some who spoke of their family or home situations that left me almost in tears, while others talked about their inability to advocate for themselves because they didn't know what was available to them at the school, or that they didn't know the words that they were supposed to use. So some students simply stated that they were bored, either because they weren't being challenged or they already knew everything because they had previously taken the course, but they had failed to pass it. So I asked each of the students, can you help me understand why you still come to school if you're choosing not to learn? Because I was curious. And most of them had the same answer. People here care about me. They care about me. Their friends go here during the day. People talk to them and say hello to them in the morning. Nice ladies serve breakfast and lunch to them. Teachers try to motivate them with talks and inspirational approaches to strategies of instruction. And administrators sit down and listen to them. And after school is over, they can sit with their friends in different parts of the school, hang out, socialize, and then the late bus can provide a ride home for them in the afternoon. Why wouldn't they want to be there? They're cared for there. But I was perplexed by this. I mean, here I was listening to students tell me that they were coming to our school to get their most basic needs, including love, but they were missing out on the most important and relevant intent, learning. So how is it that all of you are graduates? How is it that you're able to sit before us and prepare to move into the next phase of your lives, while some kids, just like you, some of whom are in your class but not here, are sitting somewhere else wondering, what does the future bring for me? How have you forged your path? Why have you selected success? Who is your caretaker? And what was the motivation that they provided to get you to this point? See, because that's the answer that I'm trying to get from all of these students I've been talking with. That's the answer we all seek when we develop these relationships with our kids, regardless of where they're from or where they're going. We believe every child deserves help in achieving their dreams. That's what we're here for. And while we maintain this optimistic approach to education, we must work harder at the harder relationships that need to be developed even further. Our graduates represent our success in doing what we believe is right for all kids, and they also represent what we need to do better for individual kids, specifically those who are not seated before us and those who are not able to speak up for themselves. I offer all of this to our graduating class with the hope that they will embrace the legacy of caring that they have left behind. They've embodied a unique spirit of community over the course of their 4 years, and that has helped our school grow into a family. Many schools say they are a family. Titans live it, and Titans are strong. I want to challenge each member of the class of 2012 to never forget where you learned how to be a caring and compassionate person, and to wrap others in your generosity and humaneness as you go about your journey reaching your dreams. Keep reaching out to those who can't seem to choose success, and let them know you are there to help. We promise to keep doing that here. And while you may be leaving your school today, you will forever be a Titan, and Titans care. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Our salutatorian is an exceptional young man who has a very bright future ahead of him. Please welcome to the podium the class of 2012 salutatorian Ben Tran.
Good morning. Parents, teachers, honored guests, and fellow students. On behalf of the class of 2012, I would like to thank everyone in the audience who has made our journey to this very moment possible through your persistent support and encouragement. Congratulations, class of 2012. We have lived through 4 years of stair climbing, chair finding, and textbook hauling. Congratulations. For this momentous occasion, I've prepared an especially long, pretentious, and boring speech just for your benefit. Fourscore less 76 years ago, we timidly crossed the thresholds of these doors as naive freshmen, unbeknownst to the pace at which our seemingly infinite 4 years would progress, and the limitless potential for maturity and knowledge that one day we will have been able to discover within ourselves and in others. Just kidding. We all know why we're here today, right? To celebrate Father's Day? And, well, to get our diplomas and officially begin an entirely new chapter of our lives beyond the bounds of Nashua High School North. Do you still remember your first day of high school? I know I was pretty nervous, not knowing what to expect. But here we are, 4 years later, with our caps and gowns on, sitting at graduation. For me, at least, I entered high school as an awkward, nerdy Asian kid. And through the course of these challenging yet rewarding 4 years, I'm now exiting high school as an awkward, nerdy Asian kid. Okay, fine, I've gotten nerdier. But my point is that the path that has led us to this moment is not necessarily something observable from the outside. The important changes do not happen out here, but they happen in here and in here. When I first thought about this speech, I tried to pinpoint the entire Nashua High School North experience into one line, one idea. But after a few hours of contemplation and of the usual procrastination on Facebook, I deemed that this was nearly an impossible task. High school means something different to all of us. We all had different experiences and memories that years from now we will look back upon. It may be getting the game-winning touchdown or setting a new track and field record. It may be hanging out with friends on summer nights without a worry and living up your youth. It may be studying for nights and nights on end for courses and exams and then celebrating your successes afterwards. But whether you define high school by the strong friendships you built, your focus on academics, the glories of varsity sports, or anything for that matter, I think the one thing we all have shared is learning, and also cafeteria food, and perhaps mono. But anyways, you must be thinking about how silly this sounds. I mean, the point of going to school is to learn, right? But I'm talking beyond the knowledge that we gained inside the classroom. I'm referring to learning as the experiences that raise our character past their original point. These are life lessons, like how when pranking the school, do not park your car at the school. Or how if you're a freshman and someone tells you there's a pool on the roof, it's probably true. But more seriously, what we learn is from our experiences meeting new people and stepping out of our comfort zones, from making mistakes and getting back on our feet, and from taking on challenges and powering through them. Alongside the daily annoyances, such as the parking lot traffic jams, the oh-so-fragile chairs, or the fact that the second-to-last door in the gym entrance doesn't open fully, we will always remember the one staff member who inspired us, the close group of friends that we've gone through the best and the worst with, the mistake that ended up being a discovery, or the sense of accomplishment after overcoming an especially testing obstacle. In addition to what we learned in class, this is what we will carry into the future, and this is what separates us from ourselves before, allowing us to be where we are today. Indeed, this is a special occasion. We have transformed from clueless freshmen into seniors about to leave the safety of high school. We entered high school not knowing where we would go, but here we are, with some entering the workforce, some pursuing higher education, and some proudly serving a nation in the military. But whatever our future plans may be, we cannot be here without proper guidance. So thank you to all the parents whose wisdom and direction have collectively raised a wonderful class. Thank you to all the teachers for sharing your knowledge and patience with us, no matter how hard it may be sometimes. Especially to Mrs. Miller for allowing crazy kids to build rockets in her calculus room. To Mr. Otaka for teaching the incredibly detailed life of Andrew Carnegie. To Mr. Saunders for tolerating my, at times, ludicrous comments about books, and to Mr. Claffey of Nashua High School South for making the dismal science not so dismal. I would also like to thank you, the administration and staff, for providing the basis of the framework for the Nashua High School North experience. And last but definitely not least, I would like to thank you, my mom, my dad, and my brother, and my family, for instilling in me the motivation and teaching me the philosophies that allowed me to be who I am today. As you see here at commencement, probably now very bored by my speech, I would like to end quickly with a heartwarming and deeply inspiring quote. Now she want a photo. You already know, though. You only live once. That's the motto. YOLO. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. I am very pleased to introduce to you our class of 2012 Valedictorian Sergey Balanovich.
This thing. Oh, man. All right, good morning. Parents, teachers, honored guests, friends, acquaintances, and of course, you guys. The reason we're all here, the class of 2012. Come on, give yourselves a round of applause. I've waited 4 long years to say this, but we made it. We're here. We're here together. We're proud to be the class of 2012. I think it's important for me to mention one very special person who won't be able to join us today, and that's Kaushik Kurapati. But I think we can all agree that he is very much with us today, and that he is very much a part of the class of 2012. But as I say, here we are, fully assembled for probably the first time in our lives to celebrate a very important and significant occasion. As we all know, today's Father's Day. So if I could get one big round of applause for all the proud fathers in the room. Thank you. But apart from Father's Day, today also happens to be the day of our graduation. Just a day where we wear these robes and dangle cat toys over our square hats just to make our parents proud. But it's also the day symbolic of a great milestone in our academic and personal development. And it marks the start of an entirely new chapter of our lives. So, having been given the honor to address you on such an important occasion, you can imagine how difficult it was for me to think of what to speak today. So, in the end, I considered 3 very important topics: leadership, innovation, and friendship. These 3 things, I realized, have been the basis of the most incredibly boring speeches ever written. So instead, I decided to focus on the fun and exciting memories that we'll always have of this place. I mean, it seems only days ago that we were entering the red brick walls of our massive new high school. We were now officially the cool kids, all grown up and ready to live the true high school experience. We had no idea what we were in for. We had no idea that within a week's time, stupid freshmen would become our second name. We didn't know that stealing a chair from someone in the cafeteria would be just as hard as trying to get to class on time, especially if you're going from the gym to the B3 hallway. We had no idea that freshman seminar would be just as important to us as taking the kneecap exams. And we had no idea that trying to beat the buses would one day become more important to us than anything our teacher had to say. But we learned all this, and we became accustomed to all of North's traditions, gradually transforming from stupid freshmen to, well, at least somewhat competent seniors. I mean, now we know that if you look like you're walking with a mission through the halls, the administrators won't call you out for skipping class. Either way, we've definitely grown both individually and collectively as a class, and we've made some valuable friendships and relationships along the way. And that's what made Nashua North truly great. I mean, the person you were looking for was always there. So I think on behalf of the class of 2012, it's appropriate to take the time now to thank all of our wonderful teachers for always being there. The guidance counselors and administrators, thank you for always being there. Our custodians, even 2 hours after school had ended and some insane kids were still building rockets in the calculus room, thank you for always being there. Our wonderful parents, for giving us strength and for always being there, thank you. In particular, my mother Luda, my dad Anatoly, and my beautiful sister Lydia. Thank you. My friends, unless of course we had an unsettled bet of a few dollars, thank you for always being there. You still owe me those $5, by the way, Hari. Yazzer, how are you there, big guy? Thanks for being there. Denny's, I can't stress this enough. Denny's, especially after all those crazy nights, thank you for being there, open 24/7. But here I am, thanking everyone, as though I'll never see any of you again. But nothing here is going anywhere. I mean, Mr. Michaud is still gonna skip class to go bowling with his buddies. Mr. Menard will always impress students, young and old, with his beard and his antics on Break a Social Norm Day. At South, Mr. Claffey will always dance around his room, making aggregate demand curves with his arms. And of course, Mr. Ryan will always be there on the intercom to let us know about the latest raisin spilling incident. So you see, folks, Nashua isn't going anywhere, and trust me, in a few years you'll be back as well. I mean, look around you. You might very well be sitting next to a future corporate lawyer, a world-renowned physician, or a Walmart executive. I mean, we all know that in a few years we'll be under the rule of President Meads. We'll be flying in planes made by Satal. We'll be using laptops running Vin's operating system. And we'll be having our spines realigned by Tom Lott. We'll be admiring the artwork of Sam Storer and Shay Vorbach, and Aaron Lado will be selling drugs. Inner pharmacy, because she wants to be a pharmacist, you know. So you see, this isn't really a goodbye. It's more of a see you in a few years when I'm much smarter, funnier, and more handsome than I am today. But before I let you go successfully take over the world with your brilliance and talent, I want to leave you with some of the simplest and greatest words of wisdom I have ever had the fortune of hearing. For it was on a hot summer's day in July of 2009 that a friend of mine altered my entire outlook on life as we sat sipping iced tea in the small confines of my kitchen. I did not fully understand the full meaning of these words at first, yet after some deliberation, I understood their true and powerful message. It is with great pleasure, class of 2012, that I share with you one of the greatest truths of life. You can't use a rope to push a car uphill. You can't. It's true, and people have tried it. Take it as you may, but what my friend was trying to say, I think, is that when faced with such a situation, just take a minute, pause, and then untie the rope, walk around the car, tie it to the front, and pull, class of 2012. Pull the car to the top of the hill. Pull yourself out of adversities. Pull in everything life has to offer. Pull past your greatest fears, and then just hire someone to pull the car up there for you. But in all seriousness, we've got a long journey up ahead of us. But if we survive Nashua North, we can survive anything. Always remember these wise words, and if life gets you down, pull yourself back up. Keep making me proud, class of 2012, and I'll see you at the reunion. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergey. Each year, the faculty selects from the graduating class a senior who has demonstrated an exceptional spirit and determination in overcoming adversity in life and achieving at a high level. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you this year's student speaker from the class of 2012, Debora De Lima.
Good morning, everyone. Fighting for a dream is never easy. I know. Moving to the United States was my dream, to learn its language and its culture. Now, how difficult could this be? Once you reach your dream, regardless of the difficulties, you have a feeling that is indescribable, and you know everything was worth it. In Brazil, where I'm from, English is a second language, but a few people know how to teach it, so very few speak it. When I came to the United States 3 years ago, I just knew 2 words in English, which are hi and bye. My father was waiting for my mom, my sister, and me in Boston, but our flight first arrived in Washington, D.C. We weren't used to the cold weather, and we came on March 1st. We were freezing and hungry, We want a coffee. But how are we going to ask for a coffee? We decided I would try. I pronounce coffee all the ways it can be pronounced, and it sounds like everything but coffee. Finally, the woman understood me and she responded with a question. What size do you want? Small, medium, or large? I was desperately trying to break down that question and respond to her. Thank goodness that medium in Portuguese is médio, and I assumed it was the same. And so I tried to pronounce medium. I finally got my coffee, and by the way, it was the worst coffee I have ever had in my life. I started school 2 years after I arrived here. I cannot describe how afraid I was. Compared to the other schools I had been to, North is enormous. I didn't know where to go, and my schedule was confusing. Could it get any worse? Yes, I had no English at all. Fortunately, 2 Brazilian students found me and brought me to the ELL class and introduced me to all the Brazilian students in school. I didn't have any class with Brazilian students. All my classes were with Colombians. And since Spanish and Portuguese are similar, I could understand them better than I could the English-speaking Americans. Now, I not only speak English, but I speak Spanish too. During my first week in school, I was so nervous and afraid that I could not even understand the signs. I needed to go to the bathroom, and I don't know how, but the teacher understood me. I saw the picture that looked like a person, and I assumed it was the bathroom. And I was right. Actually, it was the men's bathroom. And believe me, it was the most embarrassing thing. As I said, I learned Spanish, even though that was not my goal. Thank God I did, but my real goal was to learn English. When you learn a language alone, the task isn't very hard. What if you have to learn all the subjects in school in that language? How can you understand math, history, science, economics, civics, biology in that language? Can you imagine going to a country and experience all the situations and changes? That is a different language, different culture, different friends, and all this without your extended family and friends. I needed inner strength with those changes. Otherwise, I couldn't have survived. I felt a tremendous amount of pressure. However, my point is that when you want something, when it is your dream, you cannot give up. If it is challenging and difficult, it means you just have to work harder, because education is worth it. Your education is the most valuable thing that you have, and once you get it, nobody can ever take it from you. I kept my faith, and I believed in myself. Now look at me. I'm graduating from high school and looking forward to attend university, preserving and building a career in this country. I learned to love life here, the people, the culture, and even the language. I already know my next goal. I want to attend university, and I will continue giving all my effort to my education. I will persevere with it as I did with high school, and I have faith that my dreams will come true if I work hard. Of course, the same is true for everyone here. You don't need to have an immigrant experience to challenge yourself and succeed. We all have our own experience, and we all have our way to learn from our actions. But the point is to encourage others with our dreams. So follow your dreams. Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. One of the duties and privileges for the senior class president is to provide the final address to the graduates just prior to the awarding of the diplomas. I'd like to start off with giving credit where credit is due. Thank you to all my teachers, administrators, Mr. Ryan, and Miss Craig. You guys are the ones who deserve all the credit for my academic success up to this point, and for preparing me to be successful as I move forward. I'd also like to thank my family and friends for supporting me in everything I do, and for never giving up on me. Now to my fellow seniors, I'd like to open with a question. Do you all realize how lucky you've been over the past 4 years of high school? You've been able to witness one of the greatest sports town dynasties of all time. Now you're probably thinking, what in the world do Boston sports have to do with our senior class? Well, we have a lot more in common with the Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, and Bruins than meets the eye. The New England Patriots are a team that always seems to be at top of the NFL every year. They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, from 2001 to 2004. Coming into our freshman year, they went 18-0 and had a record-breaking season. This year, they had another amazing season and had a Super Bowl appearance. Just like the Pats, this year's senior class seems to be at top at everything we do. We are off the charts in terms of academics. Our class will be sending 4 students to Ivy League schools next year. We've had national merit finalists, numerous scholarship winners, AP scholars, and the list goes on. We even have seniors involved in the music department who have been putting on fantastic shows for their whole time here. As for sports, it's much of the same. We've had seniors that have helped our swim team, track and field team, and baseball team all win state championships. And this year's group of senior volleyball players has had a track record of state championships, runners-up, and a Final Four appearance this year. Our senior class excels in everything we do, just like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick do on the football field on Sunday afternoons. But I would argue we have a leg up on them. I mean, it's not like they can say they have a baton twirler, beatboxer, magician, and a comedian all on their team. The Boston Celtics use the word Ubuntu to symbolize their main focus as a team, to stick together and to play as one when the game is on the line. It was this attitude that led them to back-to-back finals appearances in 2008 and 2009, with a championship ring in 2008. Our senior class is the same way. We may seem apart at times, but when we come together, when it always matters most. Whenever our class needed help, our seniors stepped up and delivered. It was thanks to us working together that we had 2 awesome semi-formals, 2 amazing proms, a tremendous homecoming, and a pumpin' blacklight dance. It was also thanks to our class that all of our spirit weeks went so smoothly. Without all of us working as one, there is no way the past 4 years would have been as fun. Another way in which our class showed we can come together was with the senior class play. It started out with skeptics and a lot of sore limbs, but in the end, our class's production of High School Musical was one of the best the school has ever seen. Clearly, the Celtics' Big 3 has nothing on our class's Big 509. As many of us know, the Boston Red Sox have had a long drought between championships, making the wins in 2004 and 2007 that much sweeter. Just like the Red Sox, we seniors waited our turn, and now we're finally here. At last, we get to enjoy all the perks that come along with being a senior. The hilarious hypnotist show, our Rock'em Sock'em Powder Puff game, senior prom, and all those crazy senior week activities. We also waited what seemed like an eternity for our few but significant senior privileges. The special parking lot and being able to leave school before all of the underclassmen, and getting to stay home while other classes were stuck in school taking finals. We may not have waited 86 years for our moment like the Sox did, but we certainly did wait, and now we're finally here. In hockey, the goalie is arguably the most important position on the ice. For the Boston Bruins, Tim Thomas played this role. It was his leadership and skills that helped the Bruins win the Stanley Cup in 2011. Just like Thomas was for his team, our class is anchors of its own. When we think back to high school 20 years from now, there are always going to be those kids that keep us tied down to remembering this school. That kid could be your best friend, the class clown, or even the person sitting next to you right now. But no matter who it is, we all know someone who will remind us of our time here at Nashua North. This is one of the things that makes the class of 2012 great. As I look at our class right now, I see so many faces I will never forget, and so many more that will always remind me of the incredible 4 years I had here at this school. While none of us play goalie for the Boston Bruins, this class will always keep me anchored to this school. As I conclude my speech, I hope it is now clear how much we have in common with the Boston sports dynasty of the past decade. Not only have we excelled in all aspects of life, but we've done it by working together, and we've done it with class. I hope each and every one of you enjoyed the time we spent here as much as I did. I hope you will all remember this school and our senior class the way I do, with the fondest of memories. And always remember, in the words of Celtics forward Kevin Garnett after he finally got his ring, anything's possible. Thank you.
Closing time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time, one last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Places you will be from. Closing time, this room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Closing time, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yeah, I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Places you will be from.
So many things to do and say, but I can't seem to find a way. But I wanna know how. I know I'm meant for something else, but first I gotta find myself. But I don't know how. Oh, why do I reach for the stars when I
Each year, the graduating class, each student gives Mr. Ryan a token. In the past, every student give Mr. Ryan a Lego and it's all to symbolize a part of our class and moving forward. This year, every senior is going to give Mr. Ryan a plastic fork to symbolize our senior class prank this year, which was forking the front lawn. Thank you.
On May 1st, the Nashua North community lost a dear friend when senior Kaushik Kurapati passed away surrounded by his family and loved ones. Kaushik had the heart of a tiger and smarts of a brilliant engineer. But alas, an early childhood illness was something that his body could not overcome. Kaushik earned membership on the all-A's list 3 years in a row, and his GPA is one of the highest in the senior class. He was a friend to everyone he met and will always be remembered as a fun-loving and resilient Titan. At this time, I would like to invite the Kurapati family to the stage to bring home Kaushik's high school diploma, National Honor Society cord, and New Hampshire State Scholars Medallion. And now, to the class of 2012. I have one question remaining for you. Are you ready to graduate? Then let's begin. Reading graduates' names today are Assistant Principals Keith Richard and Michael Harrington. Assisting me with the diplomas will be Superintendent Mark Conrad, Susan Wilborg, and Irene St. Germain.
Molly Kepner. Sergey Balanovich. Ben Tran. Timothy Meads. Rebecca Wario. Erin Leto. Debora De Lima. Katrina Fisher. Raja Abdelaziz. Charles Adler. Omar Adorno. Dana L. Abadi. Michael Allard. Naomi Almonte. Christopher Anderson. Dana Angeles. Casey Ethelberg. Jose Arana. Madison Arceo. Mateo Arcilla. Corey Atkinson. Nathan Abbott. Seth Audit. Alec Otten. Jessica Avalar. Gautam Babu. Maciel Baez. Yasser Baez.
Jessica N. Baker. Jessica P. Baker. Vijay Balabhaja Patruni. Ashley Ballard. Danielle Bannister. Antonia Barella. Kelsey Barlow. Ariel Barry. Charles Barry. Greg Bartlett. Lacey Besora Vargas. Austin Bauer. Michael Bauer. Lamont Beasley. Danielle Bodwin. Jessica M. Bolio. Emily Bedard. Cheryl Beltran. Ivana Bicombe. Allison Billingsley.
Jason Blacksmith. Emily Boots. Moses Borgatti. Presenting the next two diplomas to her twin sons is Deborah Bourne. Deborah is an administrative assistant at Nashua North. Jack Bourne. Marshall Bourne. Timothy Burgoyne. Emily Emma Boville. Jeremy Bodwin. Jamie Bowers. Alicia Branchy. Ariel Brest. Alicia Brinson. Samantha Brooks. Leah Brouillard. Grayson Brown. Tyler Brown. James Bolin. Colin Burke. Liam Burke. Samantha Camp Woodman.
Savannah Carr. Dominic Carroll. Allison Carter. Caitlin Carter. Dakota Carter. Daniel Casey. Alyssa Casella. Kevin Cassidy. Madron Castillo. Miralis Castillo. Maria Camila Castrillon. Elizabeth Cataluna. James Catarino. Julian Cates. Izzy Javera. Alicia Chanel. Elias Claffey. Devin Clark. Courtney Clausen. Ryan Kluge.
Nicholas Coffey. Jennifer Coletta. Astrid Calindras. Nicholas Conley. Alexander Correa. Nicholas Kaloum. Corey Kuchu. Anthony Crescentini. Julia Croto. Neftalia Cruz. Nicole Cucarulo. Phoebe Coloro. Felicia Cummings. David Cushman. Courtney Dadley. Lucas Daigle. Jennifer Daly. Raycliffe Daly. Preston Danielson. Connor Davis.
Judamart Davis. Kelsey Davis. Tyler Davis. Brandon Davis O'Donnell. Rosie De La Cruz. Dylan Delisle. Robin Del Monte. Slade Derby. Alexander Diamond. Maria Dixon. Gina DiMartino. Eric Dion. Haley Dion. Peter Dion. Bradley De Palma. Melissa Dongo. Rachel Doherty. Nolan Douglas. Matthew Downing. Aaron Dresser.
Ready? Victoria Dry. Kelly Doobie. Christina Doobie. Joseph Dudka. Thomas Duffy. Rose Dumais. Warren Dumais. Stephanie Dunkley. Scott Dunlap. Amanda Dunn. Lindsay Durant. Lyle Durant. Presenting the next diploma to their daughter are Rich and Tina Eaton. Tina is a teacher at Nashua North. Rachel Eaton. Basma El Faramawi. Carl Cameron Engelhart. Brianna English. Victoria Ereskine. Tatiana Escalante. Gennaro Espinoza. Richard Fairman.
Anthony Farmer. Sade Farquhar. Adam Fay. Robert Ferreira. Monet Fidalgo. Megan Fitzpatrick. Taylor Flood. Alexander Flynn. Corey Ford. David Forsyth. Matthew Fowler. Travis Fowler. Carly Freeman. Nancy Freeman. Jennifer French. Teresa Fuller. Frederick Gabriel. James Gagnon. Shanice Gagnon. Luis Garcia.
Megan Garner. Cameron Garofalo. Ashley Gothier. Ryan Gothier. Ryan Golick. Jasmine Gill. Joshua Gilbert. Thomas Givens. Macarena Godet. Nicole Goddard. Janelle Godin. Ashley Gonzalez. Brian Gonzalez. Zofia Goodell. Melanie Gordon. Megan Goudreau. Gabrielle Griffin. Damian Gutierrez. Holly-Ann Hackney. Aaliyah Haith.
Addison Hanscom. Emerald Hardiman. Carissa Hebert. Ansel Hernandez. Romeo Hernandez. Zachary Higgins. George Hindi. Ethan Hogan. Amanda Mae Horn. Samson Horn. Zachary Houle. Caitlin Hovey. Ethan Hughes. Lori Hulse. Ellie Hewitt. Catherine Hewitt. Ashley Iannoni. Marissa Innes. Anthony Intricaso. Samuel Irwin.
Andrew Jackson. Angela Jackson. Oceana Jackson. Parker Jamerson. Juan Jimenez. Joseph Juknovich. Sarah Juknovich. Abraham Kuchurla. Kimberly Keith. Michael Kelly. Jane Kennery. Melissa Kiza. Sital Karawada. Kevin Kim. Lauren Kirby. Dylan Cost. Leah Kovich. Darlin Lacayo. Samantha Lamb.
Montana Langan. Patrick Lank. Elizabeth Laramie. Ashley Levine. Mark Levine. Monique Lavoie. Patrick Levitt. Deidre LaBelle. Dominic LaBelle. Jordan LaFavor. Kyla LaFave. Kyle LaFave. Sherry LaGee. Andrew Leonard. Rebecca Lerma. Kelsey Lemeries. Jonathan Lesniak. Christopher Lima. Matthew Lipkin. Lisa Littlejohn.
Christian Londano Montoya. Adam Long. Lucas Lopez. Thomas Lott. Kelsey Lucas. Dakota Lustig. Michelle Melanson. Seth Mandravelis. Tyler Mandrick. Sabrina Mangiafico. Christian Marcello. Samantha Marchant. Jalisa Marquez. Raymond Murat. Shannon Martin. Richard Marvin. Taylor Mason. Jennifer Mays. Alan McCarthy. Bridget McCarthy.
Michaela McGowan. Chelsea McGrail. Amanda McLean. Matthew McMahon. Katie McMacken. Brian Mears. Samantha Mayu.
I threw away the number.
Angel Melendez. Michael Melendez. Victor Melendez. Jacob Mellon. Ambika Menon. Thomas Messier. Abby Miller. Taylor Miranda. Irvin Monroy. Catherine Morales. Adam Morse. Phoebe Mortellaro. Brittany Morton.
Morse. Work, buddy. Devin Matavala. Megan Muchmore. Sean Mullally. Sean Mullen. Diana Morell. Courtney Nesbitt. Elizabeth Wen. Alexandra Norris. Disjemi Ntumi. William Nutter. Kyle Oben. Jordan Ocasio. Michael O'Connor. Amanda Oliver. Luisa Ojuela. Daniel Orozco. Diego Alejandro Ospina Lopez. Richard Ouch. Ashley Olette. Mache Pagan.
Joseph Page. Dipti Pont. Melissa Pardo. Everton Parkinson. Jacob Perrell. Let me introduce Nashua North staff member Mercedes Villichez Flores to present the next diploma to her daughter. Maria Jose Patton. Brett Patton. Brian Paulino. Mitchell Pelkey. Carlos Perez. Manny Perez. Fernando Perez. Juan Perez. Mariano Perez. Jillian Peterson. Stacy Peterson. Phil Petty. Brandon Finney. Krishingi Pokral. Let me introduce proud parents and Nashua North staff members, Teresa and Paul Pollard, to the stage for the presentation of our next diploma. To their son, Jacob Pollard.
Go right down to the side. Jamie Portillo. Trevor Poulin. Catherine Prestak. Rodney Cazeta. Stephen Kigwa. Juan Ramos. Spencer Rancourt. Matthew Rapoli. Lauren Rathke. Ashwarya Ravi. Akash Ravi. Deepak Ravi. Elizabeth Reagan. Brian Renzi. Wesley Revens. Janessa Rich. Erin Richardson. Matthew Rindu. David Reith. Michaela Roberts.
Nicholas Roberts. Kelsey Rodriguez. Juliet Rodriguez. Kelvin Rodriguez. Natasha Rodriguez. Caitlin Roser. Charlene Royd. America Rojas. David Romanis. Malia Roper. Sebastian Rosario. Megan Roscoe. Brittany Ross. Christopher Russo. Dana Rootsis. Jenny Roundtree. Colin Roy. Brian St. Jean. Ariel Salome. Kevin Sanchez.
Natalie Sanchez. Juan Santana. Hari Santana Raghavan. Christina Santon. Andrew Schatz. Gregory Scoville. Leah Shand. Bobak Sharifian. Karandeep Singh. Cody Skiff. Christine Sobel. Mark Susi. Samantha St. Peter. Dylan Stanley. Alexander Stavrinos. Anthony Stewart. Brianna Stone. Samuel Storer. Takorn Suksagan. Stephen Solfaro.
Daniel Sullivan. Edward Sullivan. Anthony Summers. Jan Christina Sun. Louis Tarantino. Adam Terrio. Sonia Terrio. Heather Tibbetts. Guy Tonnen. Amber Lee Tremblay. Heather Satsa. Hannah Tucker. Troy Tumpney. Peter Veris. Karina Vargas. Sabrina Vargas. Gabriel Velez. Guillermo Vidal. Anna Villegas. Ryan Villegas.
A few down here. Shay Vorbach. Erin Wade. Zachary Watterson. Yvonne Wedig. Marissa White. Cody Whitney. Jonathan Whitney. Morgan Whitney. Ashley Williams. Javon Williams. Jillian Williams. Zaina Williams. Bridget Williamson. Desron Wilson. Eric Winslow. Jennifer Wright. Tina Zhu. And Leslie Zapata.
Okay, class of 2012, please move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations.